This is the Roulette Master, and boy am I excited today because one of my subscribers, Brad, says he has the best roulette system you will ever use. This is called the Pure Profit Roulette System, and he's consistently winning day after day after day, and we're going to find out if he's right. We're going to test his incredible new system up against one of my favorite high coverage systems, which we're going to start with first, and I can't wait to see which one of these systems makes the most money in 15 minutes. Should be fun, and let's get started. We're going to mark the last 6 numbers with this strategy right here. So we're going to mark the 36, the 17, the 32, the 20, the 13, and the 8. So let's go ahead and do that first. And we're going to put $1 on every other number but those ones. And then we're going to peel those ones off. So those are just for marking. Let's go ahead and do that. And I absolutely love this system. Here we go. It starts out super high coverage, and as you work your way down, you make tons of profit. So can't wait to share with you how this one works and how the Pure Profit Roulette Systems works as well. Let's go ahead and take those 5s out now that we marked with, just like that, and that's the last 6 numbers. And now we have a $32 bet, and let's go ahead and spin. All right, here we go with incredible system. I can't wait to if you haven't seen this one yet, I think you're going to absolutely love this one as well. That's a 12, and that's a $4 win. Each time that we get a win, we're going to take off. We're going to take off one of the numbers that just won. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we're just going to spin again. Now we're at a $31 total bet, and here we go. All right, that's a 20 black. And we lost that one. So if you lose, all you do is you just double the bet and spin again. Now we're at $62 total bet. And actually, sometimes it's better when you lose early, and I'll show you why here in a second. That is a 0. And fortunately, we did bet on the 0. So we're at minus 17. We're going to take that 0 out of there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and spin at $60 total bet. And here we go. Okay, that's a 27 red. That's a nice win. You can see with each win we make more money. And let's get out of this hole and start making tons of profit. So let's go ahead now and take off the 27. And here we go. There we go. And let's go ahead and spin at $58 total bet now. Let's see what we get. That's a 24 black. Okay, that's a nice $14 win. Again, you should notice we're making more with each win. And now we're going to pull off the 24 that just hit. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and now we're at $56 total bet. Starting out super high coverage, and then we're going to end up high coverage, just not super high coverage. And that's a 9 red. That's a nice win. We're up $25. So let's just go ahead and take off the 9 now. Let's pull that off there. And then we'll go ahead and spin. Here we go. All right, let's see what we get. That's a 36 red. And we lost that one. And again, it's okay to lose. We're going to double the bet from 54 to 108. And you're going to notice that it actually will help us get to our profit goal quicker. So let's go ahead and get a win here. That's an 11 black. Fantastic. That's a $36 win. We're up 7 now. So we're going to peel off the 11. Okay, just like that. Now we're at 104 total bet. So let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a 32 red. And we lost, so we're going to have to double up again. We're going to go from 104 to 208, and we're at minus $97. Let's see what we get on this one. That's an 11 black, and I believe that already hit, and it did, so that's not good. But we're going to go ahead and double again to 416. And I don't think we'll get too many more losses. Let's get this thing back on track here. That's a 29 black. Okay, there we go. That's a nice $160 win. So we're going to pull off the 29. Let's go ahead and do that. And that was really bad luck, but I think we're going to recover right here. So let's go ahead and do it. That's a 20 black. Ouch, it hit the 20. So that was another repeat. Okay, it's a $2,000 bankroll system. We only have $1,500 left. So this is our last chance to double. And we can't have any more of those crazy losses. And let's see what we get here. That's a 26 black. Okay, that's a good win, $352. So now we're going to pull the 26 off. And I can tell you, this isn't what normally happens with this system. This has been a lot more losses than normal. But I think if we can get a win here, we can probably get ourselves back in profit. And that's a 16 red. There's a $384 win. Now we're up $191. So now we're going to start back over again. And you'll see on this next go round, that is not normal losing that many times. But we are back up again. That's the good thing. We're going to go ahead and we need to mark these with a different color. So let's go ahead and mark them with blue this time. 16, 26, 20, 29, 11, and 32. Okay, now we're going to put $1 on everything else. Here we go. All right. Normally you get way more wins than that. And we'll see on this next go around. I think you'll notice that. But you never know. You never know what you're going to get with roulette. But now we're going to peel those $10 bets off. Okay, those are just for marking the last 6 numbers. And then we're going to go ahead and spend at a $32 total bet. So here we go. And I can't wait to get to that new system of the day as well. But also I want to see which one of these systems makes the most money. That was a really nice recovery there. We're currently up $195. We're going to take off the 10 that just hit. So let's go ahead and do that and spend. And there's going to be a certain amount of numbers that's going to be the most that we peel off. We'll get to that here shortly. And that's a 20 black. Okay, we lost again. Boy, the 20 hasn't been kind to us. But again, a lot of times if you lose early, it's a good thing when you're doing this. Just don't lose too many times. And here we go. That's a 17 black. That's a nice win. We're up 174. We'll go ahead and take the 17 off now. Okay, now we have a $60 total bet, and let's spend. All right, here we go. I can see that 0 coming. That is a win, though. We're betting on that. So all we have to do now is just remove the bet on the 0 and spend again. Now we're at $58 total bet. And here we go. A double 0. Okay, well, at least it's not a 0. That's another nice win. Now we're up $200. So we're going to go ahead and remove the double 0. Just like that. And we're at a $56 total bet. We're up $200, and let's spend. All right, here we go. It's real important to know when to stop, which we'll get to here shortly. That's a 28 black. That's a nice $16 win. We're up $216. Let's remove the 28. Okay. And spend. Here we go. I think we have about 27 numbers covered right now. That's a 23 red. Okay, that's a nice $18 win. We're up $234. How about that? So now we're going to remove the 23. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. Now we're at a $52 total bet. And you're noticing we're making more each time we peel something off. That's a 14 red. That's a nice $20 win. We're up $254. Let's remove the 14. Okay. So now we're at a $50 total bet. And we're getting closer to when we're going to reset, but I'll share with you when that is once we get to it. That's a nice win there. We're up $276. So let's remove the 33. Okay, now we're at $48 total bet. Here we go. That's a 31 black. Nice win there of $24. We're up $300. So now we're going to remove the 31 and spin with a $46 total bet. Okay, that's a 1 red. Okay, that's a $26 win. We're up $326. Let's take the 1 out. Okay, now we're at a $44 total bet, which that means we have 22 numbers bet on. So here we go. That's a 34 red. That's a nice $28 win. We're up $354. Now let's go ahead and remove the 34 and spin. And now we have 21 numbers covered. And if we get a win here, we're going to reset. That's a 0. We did not win. I believe we hit the 0 twice. So we're going to go ahead and double that up to 84 and spin. We're still at 21 numbers. And if you're in profit, you when you have 21 numbers, you're going to go ahead and and reset, but we lost again. So we're going to double up again. And now we're at 228 profit. Let's go ahead and spin. So if you're in session profit, you leave with 21 numbers. And that's a nice $120 win. We're up 348. So that's close enough to session profit. Let's go ahead and reset. So if you're not, you can keep going down to 18 numbers if you're not in session profit and continuing to double, but do not go below 18. If you lose at 18, you would just continue to double until you use your bankroll to its fullest. Let's go ahead and mark those numbers, and we'll mark the 35. And this one's been tweaked a little bit, so might not be exactly like the original, but I sure like it. And here we go. We got the 31, and then the 33. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I did one too many there, didn't I? Okay, so we've got 6 numbers marked. And we're going to go ahead and put our dollar bets up there now. Here we go. But you can see that went a lot smoother than the first time. So that first time through there was not normal, but it can happen, as you saw. So always be prepared for it. That's why we have a bankroll. But that last time through was more of what you would normally expect. Okay. So let's go ahead and take those marker bets out now. Now we're at $32 total bet. We're up $348. And here we go. Back at full coverage. That's a 30 red. That's a nice win. We're up 352. And obviously you start out by winning small. And then the more you peel the numbers off, the better you do. Okay, now we're at $31 and 31 total numbers. That's an 11 black. Okay, $5 win. We're up 357. So let's remove the 11 now. And here we go. Okay, $30 bet, 30 numbers covered, and let's spin. That's a 22 black. Another nice win. We're up 363. We'll remove the 22 now. Okay, and then spin. And again, if we're in session profit at 21 numbers, we're going to reset. And if we're not, you can go down to 18. Okay, that's a $7 win. We're up 370. Okay, let's go ahead and remove the 12. And spin. And some people really enjoy these high coverage systems. This is a good one because you do get a lot of wins, which is nice. And that's a 17 black. It's definitely a confidence builder, and we're up 378. So let's go ahead and remove the 17 now and spin with a $27 total bet. And here we go. That's a 20 black. Hey, we finally won on a 20. That's been hurting us up to this point. We're up 387. Let's remove the 20. Okay, now we're at a $26 total bet, 26 numbers covered. Again, we're going to go down to 21. And that's a 20. Oh, and just as I say the 20 helped us, it just repeated on us. So we're going to double up and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's an 18 red. Nice win there of $20. We're up 381. And we'll remove the 18. Okay, $50 total bet now. 25 numbers covered. We're going to go down to 21 unless we're not in session profit for some reason. And then you go to 18. Okay, $22 win. We're up 403. And we're going to remove the 15. Okay, now we're at $48 total bet, 24 numbers covered. And let's see what we get. That's a 00. All right, we bet on that. That's great. $24 win. We're up 427. Let's remove the 00. Okay, now hopefully we won't hit any more zeros. And now we're at a $46 total bet, 23 numbers covered. 30 red there. And we lost that one, so we're going to double up. Still at 23 numbers. Here we go. That's a 25 red. That's a nice win, $52 win. We're up 433. So we're going to remove the 25 now. Okay, and then spin. Here we go. That's a 14 red. Another nice win, $56. We're up $489. And we'll remove the 14. Okay, let's see how many we have now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so this is our final spin as long as we're in session profit. And here we go. That's a 1 red. But we lost. Okay, so we have to double up. Okay, we're at 168 total bet now. And here we go. That's a 16 red. Yeah, it's a $120 win. We're at $525, so we can reset. If we were not in session profit, you could continue to work your way down to 18 numbers, but don't go below that. So we're at $525. And now, actually, this one, we're right at the 15-minute mark. We'll close this one out right now. And then now it'll be time for that new system of the day. But let me know down in the comments what you think of this one. It's a really good high coverage system. And again, hope you enjoyed that. And now it's time again for the new roulette system of the day. We'll just jump right into it, get started, and see if it can make more than $525 profit in the next 15 minutes. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the Pure Profit Roulette system. Let's go ahead and place those bets. And we're just going to start out with 2 dozens. We'll bet on the first and third to start. And then I'll share with you what to do when you win and when you lose and how this system works. So that's a 9 red. Okay, that's a good $10 win. We'll just bet on the other 2 that did not just hit. And we're up $10. Let's go ahead and spin. And when you lose, you go into a different phase of recovery, which I'll share with you here shortly. That's an 8 black. Okay, we lost. So when you lose, the first thing we want to do is see how much we were up. And you can see we lost 20. We were up $10. So we want to do step 2 until we've achieved at least $10 of profit or 1 more unit, which means we need to be $20 in profit. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bet $5 on every street except for the one that hit last. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to spin. Okay, let's see what we get here, and then I'll share with you what to do next. That's a 27 red. Okay, that's a $5 win. You can see we're not in session profit with that additional unit of $20. So what we do is we remove the street that hit last. And then we just spin again. This is a $50 total bet now. And that's a 22 black. We're in level 2 right now. That's a nice $10 win. We're up 5, but not in that session profit plus a unit. So we're going to remove the last one that hit. Now we're at a $45 total bet. And here we go. That is a 30 red. And we won, $15 win. We did get our extra unit, so we're up $20 now. We go back to stage 1, which is betting on the every dozen except for the one that hit last. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go with the Pure Profit Roulette system. That is a 30 red. And we lost. So we look and see where we were. We were, let's see, we were up 20. And now we need 1 more unit than that. So we need to be up 30 before we go back to level 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to bet $5 on every street except for the one that hit last. And we're trying to achieve $30 in profit before going back to level 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and spin. We're at $55 total bet. We're trying to get to 30. And that's a 24 black. Nice win there. We're up 5. We're just going to remove that street that hit last, the 24, and then spin. And here we go. That's a 16 red. Nice $10 win. We're up 15, but not 30 yet. So we're going to remove the street that hit last. And make sure you stick around to find out how far we go with this and everything else you need to know about this system. It's really smart system, and that's a 4 black. That's a $15 win. We're up 30, so we go back to stage 1. We'll bet on the every dozen except for the one that hit last and spin. And let's see if we can get some wins here in level 1 this time. But I think we lost right out of the gate again. It repeated. So we look back here, and We were up 30, so now we need to get to 40 plus an extra unit, which is back to where profit was plus a unit. So we're going to go ahead and go to stage 2 now. And we're not going to reset till we have $40 in profit. And usually you get more wins than this in stage 1, which you'll probably see as we go through here. Let's go ahead and spin. And remember, our goal now is $40 in profit. That's a 3 red. Okay, that's a good win. We'll remove that. We're up 15, trying to get to 40. All right, let's remove that one and spin. $50 total bet now. That's a 20 black. Fantastic. We're up 25, trying to get to 40. We will remove the 20. Okay, let's go ahead and spin at a $45 total bet now. And that's a 32 red. Nice win there. We're up $40, and that was our goal. So we go back to stage 1, and we'll bet on first and second, 12, 4, 10. And let's see if we can get some wins in stage 1 this time. We haven't got too many so far. So, and then it hits 0, guys. So, so remember, we were up 40. Now we need to get to 50 plus a unit. So we go back to stage 2. And if you hit 0, you can bet on any of these except for one street because you don't have one to take out. Let's just go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 14 red. So we're trying to get to $50 profit now. We're up 25. We're going to remove the one that hit last and spin with a $50 total bet, trying to get to $50 in profit. And it's amazing. We haven't really got too many wins at all on first stage right now. That's a $10 win. We're up 35, but that will change. You normally get a lot more wins than that. And now we're at a $45 total bet. And here we go. That's a 5 red. That's another nice win. We're up 50. Fantastic. So we go back to stage 1. We'll bet on second and third, 12. Now we're just going to spin until we lose, and then if we then we'll decide what our next goal is. That's a 26 black. And eventually, like I was saying, you're going to get some wins in stage 1. So now let's bet on second and third. I mean first and second, because third hit, and spin. That's a 27 red. Okay, we lost. So we were up 60, so we need one more unit. So we need $70. Okay, so we're going to bet on every one of these except for the 27th street. And we need $70 in profit before resetting. All right, let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 17 black. Okay, nice win there. We're up 45, trying to get to 70. We'll remove the 17 and spin. Here we go. That's a 35 black. Another nice win. We're up 55. We'll go ahead and remove the 35 now. Remember, we're trying to get to 70. We're up 55. Okay, let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 10 black. $15 win. We're up 70. So it's time to go back to stage 1. We'll be on second and third, 12. And let's go ahead and spin. Let's get some wins in level 1 this time. That's a 34 red. And sometimes you can go on a long streak in level 1 here. We're up $80. And let's move those bets to first and second and spin. And let's hope we don't have repeats of the same dozen. All right, that's a good win, 22 black. Okay, so we'll be on first and third now in level 1. We're up $90. Now we're starting to click along with this one, and the Pure Profit Roulette system, that's a 5 red. That's a nice win, so we'll be on second and third now. We're up $100. And this has been smooth sailing so far. So far so good with this one, and that's a 27 red. That's a nice win, so we'll go on first and second now. We're up 110. And let's keep cruising with this one and keep making money. That's a 5 red. That's a nice win. We're up $120. We'll be on second and third. And let's hope that they don't repeat for a little while. That's a 33 black. I think that's another win. Fantastic. And again, like I said, you can go on streaks with this and get lots of wins. We're up $130, and we'll be on first and second. All right, here we go. That's a 34 red. Okay, we lost. So we were up 130. That means we're going to try to get to 140 before resetting. So we're going to bet on everything but the 34th Street. And the number in our mind is $140. Let's go ahead and spend. $55 total bet, trying to get to 140. That's a 6 black. That's a nice win. We're up 115, trying to get to 140. Keep that number in your head. And then let's go ahead and spin again here at $50 total bet. That's a 27 red. Another good win. We're up 125, trying to get to 140. We'll remove the 27 and spin. Here we go. And if we lose, we double the bet. That's a 23 red. And we got the win. We're at 140. Fantastic. We got another unit of profit, and it's time to go back to level 1. So here we go again. Let's go ahead and spin and see what we get here. Okay, that's a 25 red. Fantastic. We're up $150, and we'll be on first and second 12 now, and really cruising along with this one. Haven't had any problems yet, but if you do lose in level 2, you just double the bet, and then you just keep going, and I'll let you know how many numbers you can go down to on that. So that's a $20 loss, which means we were up $150. That means we have to get to $160 profit, one more unit before resetting. So 160 is our current number in our brain, and we're going to go ahead and bet on everything but the 32nd Street and spin. And here we go, 160. That's a 16 red. Fantastic. We're up 135. We'll remove the 16. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and spin at $50 total bet. But you're going to get a lot of wins with this many numbers covered. That's a 33 black. Oh, but we lost that one. Okay, so that's why we keep that 160 number in our head. If you lose, you just double the bet and spin again. That's a 36 red. Okay, $20 win, but we need to get to 160, so we're going to remove the 36 and spin, and here we go. And we'll monitor how many streets are left, and I'll tell you why here in a second. That's a 4 black, and that's a $30 win. We're up 135. We'll remove the 4. Okay, so you can see now we have 8 streets, and let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a $40 win. We went over our target of 160. We're up 175. Now, if we had another loss, we would have just doubled again and tried to get there. And the most you go down to is 18 numbers. So at that point, you just keep doubling, but you don't go below 18 numbers. So let's go ahead now and start over in level 1. So we'll be on second and third 12. We're up $175. And here we go. Let's keep continuing to make profit. And so far, so good with this one. That's a 23 red. That's a nice win. We're at $185. And we'll be on first and third for 10 each. And here we go. That's a 21 red. And we lost that one, so we were up 185. So our number is going to be 195, one more unit. So we're going to try to get to $195 profit, and we're going to bet on everything except for the 21. So let's take that one off. There we go. Oops, let's fix that and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 17 black. Okay, good win there. We're up 170, trying to get to 195. We'll remove the 17 and spin. And here we go. And you have a really good chance of winning 3 in a row and resetting. That's a $10 win. We're up 180. And just like I said there's a really good chance that you don't get a loss and you just get a win here and then reset with your new goal achieved. That's a 25 red. Fantastic. There's our goal, $195. So we go back to level 1 and spin. And we're off and running again. Let's get to $200 profit. That's a 26 black. And we lost. So we were up 195. So our next goal would be 205. So we're going to bet on everything but the 26. And we're not going to stop, or we're going to stop when we get up 205. So let's go ahead and do that and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 10 black. Okay, good win there. We're up 180, trying to get to 205. We'll pull off the 10 and spin. This is a $2,000 bankroll system. If you want to play for less, you can. Just reduce everything by 5, basically, and that's a $10 win there. We're up 190. So if you want to play this for a lot less, and let's pull that 5 out of there. Okay, and spend. These would just be dollar bets instead of $5 bets, and then everything would be $2 bets on the other one instead of. And so basically, you just take everything divided by 5, and then you can take your bankroll divided by 5, and that if you take 5 into 2,000, that's a $400 bankroll if you want to switch to dollar units. So that's how you do it if you want to do a low roller version of this, and that's a 14 red. That's a nice win. We're up 205, and we're right at the 15-minute mark. So fantastic. This system did really, really well, and I just want to thank Brad for sending this one in. That was really smooth sailing. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this one. And let me know if you have a system to send in. Send that to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. We do this every single day in the search for the best roulette system possible. And I hope you're enjoying it, and I sure am. And if you are, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep growing this community of people that absolutely love roulette, and that would be fantastic. This is the Roulette Master, and have a great day, everybody.